Hey, what's up, YouTube's Kid Geo in the house. Let me put this up here for guys. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Hold There you go. What's up? I have to turn it around if you guys want me to. Which I probably should. There we go. So let's chat with King Geo late night. Hey, what's up, J Cash? What you doing, J Cash? How's it going? Smash that like button. What you doing up late? If you ask me what I'm doing up late, I was just watching Ghost Part 2, the book. Thank you, thank you. And I was watching the feud between Cardi B and Candace. Are you chilling? All right. How was your day? Yes, like I was saying, I was just watching Ghost Part 2, the book. It's kind of interesting. I don't like the son as the actor, though. He could act a little bit better, though. Then after that, I was watching the feud with Candace Owens and Cardi B. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame that Candace Owens is rooting for the wrong president. I don't care if you voted if you would vote for Biden or not, but she's just voting for the wrong person. I mean, I could see if you voted for somebody else, Republican, but nah. But anyways, yo guys, how was your night? How was your day? How was your Labor Day weekend? You know, don't forget, guys. Tomorrow or later on today, I have Peter Pankey, aka Peter Guns, on my live at 8 o'clock at night. So you guys can tune in and you see me. He's gonna be doing cheaters though. We're talking about that and whatever else it is. We talk about. Um, Peter's a cool guy. He's really cool. Last time I saw Peter was in a wedding like 2 years ago, at a friend of mine's wedding. But we all grew up in the same block. Peter was like 2 blocks away from me. I'm sorry, 2 buildings away from me. And we played football together and all that. So he gave me the chance to do the interview tomorrow. So I appreciate that very much. You know, and one of the things that I want to say is that growing up in the South Bronx, it's when I went to the South Bronx a few years ago, when I came back from Puerto Rico in 2016, it is so different. The South Bronx has changed so much. Where we were, one side was basically all blacks and Hispanics, and there were some Indians. If you look in the Grand Concourse side, and depending on where in the Grand Concourse you went to, but there wasn't that much racial tension as there is now, and it's kind of a shame because we didn't have that when we grew up. I'll tell you, if anyone knows where Felon Place is at, that's by Andrews Avenue in the Bronx. That's by Roberto Clemente Park. That was a whole entire block that was mixed with blacks, whites, and Hispanics. My best friend was Italian. He lived next door. I mean, the building next door to us. I think him. And I think he was the only white Hispanic. I mean, the only white family there. And he was my best friend. And in school, it was mixed, and we didn't have that racial tension that we have now. We don't. We didn't have that police brutality. I mean, if you went to Queens and you went to Ozone and you went to stuff like that, then you would have, yeah, you can go to white places because they were very racist. You know, the Italians, um, they were very very racist. Like Howard Beach, you couldn't go to Howard Beach. You were black, and you weren't wanted in Howard Beach. You know, but times have changed, and the police brutality with that police brutality was like the way it is now. It was not then. It was not even anything like it is today. And It's incredible how we have not evolved. We have still, instead of evolving for the best, we have evolved for the worst. And it's shocking, to say the least. It is. Um, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? It's just amazing that we are doing all this crazy stuff, you know. But anyways, if you guys want to talk about that, let me know. You guys know the Xbox is coming out with the new Xbox Series S. You saw them. I'll put that on my channel. What do you guys think about the Mets? The Mets are going to give. Well, it has not been. It hasn't been finalized yet. But it looks like Steve Cohen is going to be the owner of the Mets. That's if the other 23. I mean, out of the 30 clubs, the 23 owners has to agree to it. At least 23. I personally would like A-Rod to have been the manager. I mean, the owner of the New York Mets. And I understand that people don't like him because of the PED and stuff like that. But besides that, I mean, he's a smart man. He knows the game of baseball, and he cares for the game of baseball. I mean, Derek Jeter. Everybody say, "Oh, Derek Jeter is just another owner." Jerry Jeter owns Florida Marlins, but he doesn't own that much of a share. I mean, he owns some of it, but he's not the big owner. But he knows his baseball game. He knows the game of baseball, and that's what you need in the game of baseball. You need someone who knows who has to have the best recruiters, to have the best scouts, to have the best GMs. That's who you hire these people for, to have the best pitching class, to have the best pitching staff. That when you know that, listen, um, I know that I have this pitcher, I have this player, but this player is not performing as I want him to perform. And you know when to trade this player. You don't keep. I mean, personally, I don't keep a player just because he brings me fans. I want to keep. If I have to trade that person, I will trade that person. I'm looking out for the team. I'm looking out for the fans, but I'm looking out for the team because the team brings in the fans. You can't have one without the other. The fans pay the bill, and the players play for the fans, right? So without one, you can't have the other. But when it comes down to the business, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and then that has to go. That goes down all the way to ownership, and you have to look out for your team because the team is your investment as an owner. Your team is your investment. You can't lose. You're going to lose sometime, but you can't be losing all the time. You know. So it's late night, you guys. Let's talk. Let's talk. And it's just and I keep going back to it because it just keeps popping in my head. I mean, Cardi B went mouth to mouth with Candace, and you can't go mouth to mouth with Candace Owens. You just can't because she tries to sound smart with her number game, and that's what she does. That's what Candace Owens does. She does a number game with you. And like Ben Shapiro, all they do is number games. This kid probably never lived a one day in the hood. Candace Owens probably never lived one day in the hood. So, how can this woman spew numbers? And the numbers may be right. The numbers may be right. But we're not talking about numbers. We're talking about people's lives. Do you know why there's black on black crime? Do you know why black people? I mean, all the kind of stuff. She talks about that young African American girls are more propensed to have abortions than any other. But do you know why that happens? Do you know? I mean, you can give me all the numbers that you want, but you got to tell me the why. You don't tell me the why. You're giving me numbers. Instead of giving me numbers, why don't you give me if you know the why, then give me the solutions. What she goes around she goes around talking about that President Trump. Hold on a minute, guys. She goes around saying that President Trump only is the only president that advocated for gay marriage. Um, we don't, she talks all this stuff, but she doesn't know Donald Trump. She doesn't know Donald Trump personally for her to say that Donald Trump is not a racist? How does she know that? She doesn't know that. Has she spent 5, 6, 7 years? Has she played? Is Donald Trump her buddy for her to say, "Yeah, I know him"? No, she can't. So why would she say Donald Trump is not a racist because Donald Trump says he's not a racist? No, you can tell Donald Trump's a racist. He wouldn't even date his own. He wouldn't even marry his own kind. He had to go outside the country. Both of his wives are both Russian. They're both foreigners. Don't think about that. Made in America, but yeah, his wives are not even from America. You know, ain't that some shit? So going back to Kenneth, so when she spews these numbers out, it's kind of ironic that she does this, but she doesn't know anything about the black community. Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro is Jewish. She probably doesn't even know about the Jewish community. And these people don't know what they are talking about. They're just talking numbers, and that's all they do is number. They don't talk nothing positive. You know, she talks about all the Democrats doing this, and Ben Shapiro talks about all the Democrats doing that. You know, the Democrats, and the Democrats say this and the Democrats say that. They're not saying nothing. You're not giving me nothing. I need you to show me the numbers. Show me the not numbers. Show me where you can back your story. Show me why. Show me why is there? Okay, I'll give you an example. In New York City, we all know New York City. You know, New York has projects. The projects has a lot of blacks and Latinos in who occupy those apartments. So instead of telling me whether this was the Republican or the Democrat, whatever, before telling me all that, why don't you tell me why are blacks and Hispanics are the ones who occupy the projects the most? Tell me that. Um, Tell me why, and then tell me what can we do to fix this. What can we do to make the black community and the and the Hispanic community in these projects go from the projects to being self-sufficient and to buying their own home? Tell me how we could get the black community, the Hispanic community, um, who don't have a GED, who don't have a high school diploma, how can we get them to get a high school diploma? How can we get the projects interaction and say, you know what? Take every youth that there's in there, black, white, Hispanics, whatever. Take all those youth and I have to go. I think it's gonna have to go like this, guys. I have to rotate this device for a little bit. Oops, sorry. And then it says rotate device. Okay, then I rotate the device. Yeah, it says rotate it. Let me see if I can do it like this. Wait. Ooh. And then rotate it. That says rotate device. Okay. So rotate it this way. Let me fix this here. Wow, hold on, guys. Go like this, a little bit like this. Okay. Oh man. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whoa. It went crazy. You can't yield. I think I'm going like this. Okay, I got it. Now, hold on. We gotta go like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Hold on a minute, guys. Haha, we go round and round. Wow. This tripod sucks. Never again want to buy a tripod again from Walmart. I'm going to just take it off. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to just take it away from here. So there we go. So we just go like this. Live chat. So that's what we would do. So, give me, how do we do this? Tell me, how do we make, like I said, how do we take the youth from the projects? My shirt is dirty. It's not dirty. This is the way it is, but it's clean. How do we take the youth from the projects that don't have a GD and we put them into a GD program? How do we take the youth that wants to learn how to cut hair, or wants to become an electrician or HVAC or whatever? Because when I was in NYCHA was giving out some programs. NYCHA was getting jobs for kids 18 to 24 years old to work in the boiler room, and they teach you. It's like an apprentice. So they were doing that back in 2016, and they're still doing that now. Just seeing it in the NYCHA page. But that's where we got to go. How do we do this? From this, just don't give me number game. And when Candace Owens spews out that Biden says that he's going to defund the police, no, the police is not going to get defunded. Whomever came up with the idea of defunding the police, that's a ludicrous idea. The media keeps hyping it up. The media keeps dealing with it. It's actually hurting the Democratic Party. But Biden has vehemently said that he's not going to defund the police. That if anything, he wants to give more money to the police, because the police department all across America has to be restructured from giving these guys how they admit their cadets, how they evaluate their cadets, how they investigate the cadets. All that has to be done. And to say defunding the police is kind of stupid. How you going to defund the police, and who's going to become police officers? You are? No. So, and that's it. So let me see. This past week, Tommy Seaver died. Rock Carew just passed away. The Black Panther, Chad Boseman. Kind of sad, right? The 2020 has given us all this grief and pain. But that's what it is, I guess. I like to chew gum. I like gum. I really like a lot of gum. So yes, I was watching a video yesterday on how to grow your YouTube channel. And to grow your YouTube channel, everybody gives you a different point of view. Everybody tells you make videos and make videos and make videos. Make videos with content. And you try to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I was watching a young girl yesterday who 6 months ago, well, actually 8 months ago, had 29,000 viewers or 29,000 subscribers. And all of a sudden, she went from 29,000 subscribers all the way to 413 as of yesterday, 413,000 subscribers. So, hey, what's up, Legendary World? So in 2 months, this girl gained 420,000 subscribers in 4 months. And if you see her videos are simple. Her videos are simple. And it's something that maybe you can relate to, maybe something that you cannot relate to, but they are simple videos. Legend to you. All right, man. How's your night? So her videos are simple, but it's true. one of the things that I got from her video is that you have to be you. You have to be unique. You have to be yourself. That's why you see my room. I don't see you. You don't see no soundproofing. You don't see no black on it because I don't want to be like nobody else. This is how I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable having my hats back there. For Halloween, this whole room is going to be redone. For Christmas, it's going to be redone. You're back from STL. That means St. Louis. Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. I had it on the tripod and it fell off. I'll go like this. So you're back from St. Louis, you said? Like I said, so every YouTuber is different. You know, every YouTuber. I'm back from Omi, remember? Yeah, but so many people have talked to me about Omi. Who are you? Legendary. Are you Worat? Like I'm saying, so everybody in the YouTube world is different. So what may work for her may not work for me. Actually, you know, I'm more legend, man. You know how long you've been up? You know how long legend? You know how long you've been up my YouTube? That it's kind of hard for me to remember. I know those who have been on it, like Mansa, Mr. Random, Jimbo 203, and we all can't forget. We all can't forget Worat. And then you have JC, JC, I think it was the girl, but she left to, you know, she's doing her own thing. So, and Adam knows, and Adam, you know, Adam knows doing his own thing too. But Omi's old news, bro. Well, you got something on Omi? Hey, what's up, Charles, buddy? How you doing? Yo, nothing in the stimulus bill, buddy. Yet, at least, well, they were saying that maybe sometime this week they'll get something. They got something called the skinny bill, but it has nothing to do with nothing with the stimulus. It's just gonna be for hospitals and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, but as far as the stimulus, nothing yet. And I think the stimulus is gonna come right somewhere right before when the number, like they say, the numbers comes out, and then Trump is gonna push for a stimulus because he's down on numbers, so he wants something to give back to the people, so people can say, you know what, Donald Trump gave us this money, and that's the one thing people say. Donald Trump gave us money. Donald Trump didn't give us this money. These money coming from taxpayers' money. You know, when you take from FEMA, when you take from this, you're the one that's paying. When you get paid and you see that when you see that federal tax come out, that's where it's coming from. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Yes, you are blessed, Charles. Because remember 6 months ago when we were talking, what were you doing, Charles? You were looking for work. You were doing this, you were doing that, and now what? Now you're blessed with a job, you have your place. Yo, God is good, bro. God is good. You know, and I'm glad, you know, that I talk with you and I hope you get your stimulus. That was cool too. You know. So that's what we're here for, man. We're here to help one another out. That's what we're here for. Yeah, God is good all the time. We just gotta have faith in God and you know, let everything in His hand. But you have to do your part too. You know, as a Christian, you have to do your part. You have to bless others. You have to help others. You know, just because, you know what? I wish that you guys can see me when I get money, how I spend it, and I don't even spend it basically on me. I always help people out, and I think that's my downfall. You know, I think, and but I do. I like to help people out. I have a jar there full of coins, and being in the church helped me when I had the accident with my wife's car. They took out their tithes of the church that Sunday, and they gave it to us, and I'm very appreciative. So I'm going to return the favor and the money that I have in my in my piggy bank. They say, right? We say piggy bank when we were kids. I was gonna go to them this weekend. I'm gonna put them tomorrow. I'm gonna take them to the coin collector and just put them out, and then on Sunday take it to the church, and I'll give them the tithe there. I want to return back the favor that they gave us. You know, you have to always give back. Nah, I went to his channel like 2 weeks ago, King Paco, and he had a video of me like from 3 weeks ago or something like that, or a month ago, and he posted something about a girl, but I haven't heard about him. I haven't heard from him. He hasn't reached out to me. King Paco's funny though. King Paco's a funny man. Because every time, the day that I put the video, one of those days that I put the video for the car crash, he has a video. He has a video on his YouTube about me talking about the car crash. I'm like, damn, this kid follows me, bro. And then whatever I do, he always has something to say. Like they say, right? Bad publicity better than no publicity. Right? Any publicity is good. You know, that's the way I see it. I mean, if it's damaging, it's because you did something that was damaging, right? But well, other than that, yeah. But I haven't heard from King Paco in months. I know World Rap was doing something with his channel. He was doing something with trucks and stuff like that. That he was going to buy some trucks, and he's auctioning. He's buying trucks from the auction, all that kind of stuff. You know, so that's the way the cookie crumbles, bro. So like I was saying about YouTube, so you look at YouTube and you look at how people want you to grow, and like I said, everybody has a different strategy. I'm still trying to find my niche in YouTube. I still haven't found it. Hopefully one day I can get, I do the analyticals. I see what videos go up, what videos goes down, what videos get views a lot, and most of the views that I do get is basically more when I do an unboxing, or if I'm doing an Android box, or if I'm doing something electronically, or I'm doing a redacted. Obama was against gay marriage. It's the same thing Candace said. Obama was against gay marriage. How do you know? Let me ask you this, redacted. How do you know that Obama personally was against gay marriage? This is what I don't understand. Did you hang out with him and say, and you had tea, and he said, "Yo, man, I don't know. I'm against gay marriage." The same thing Candace said. The same thing probably Bishop said. Shapiro said. I mean, I gotta know these things. Where do people come up with things that Obama was against gay marriage? Okay, can you send me a link of that video where it says that Obama said he's against gay marriage? He said, I remember what he said. He said he believes in the institution of man and woman. Don't we all? Don't we all believe in the institution of man and woman? But we all have to respect the lives of those who choose to go another path. You know, I cannot. Me personally, I cannot sit here as a Christian and say two men or two women getting married is against my belief, because it's not. You know, as a Christian, I cannot tell you. The Bibles tell you. No. I cannot tell you that, because I'm not here. I'm not one to judge. We all, and I'm gonna give you a concept now. Everybody talks about, the Bible says about homosexuality, but the Bible only talk, when they talk about homosexuality, they're talking about two men. Remember, we're talking about people that didn't understand homosexuality back in the days when Jesus was here, because Jesus never spoke about homosexuality. He never did. Anywhere in the Bible, he never mentioned that. It was his disciples. But when they talk about homosexuality, they're talking about two men who are straight men
having sex with each other, that's an abomination because that's not who they are. But there's nothing there that says that a man has another liking to another man. It doesn't say anything like that. So when we say to ourselves, or the Bible says, this disciple saying that homosexuality is not allowed, just saying alcoholism is not allowed. Drunkards are not allowed in the kingdom of heaven. Fornicators are not allowed in the kingdom of heaven. Adulterers are not allowed in the kingdom of heaven. Thieves are not allowed in the kingdom of heaven. As long as you repent, that's cool. But those are the people who can't be in the kingdom of heaven. So when you say gay marriages, he said he believes in the sanctity of man and woman. Because that's the way we all brought up. Right? Ask anyone. But when you go and that's why it's always good. That's why it's never good to put politics with religion because they don't mix. A lot of people misconstrue the Bible. A lot of people take it and they let you believe what they want you to. They want you to believe what they believe in. And no, you got to look at the Bible in the context of the way the Bible was meant to be. Back in those days, they didn't know anything about homosexuality, so they can't tell you. And we know now that people are born. I can tell you for a fact that people are born gay. For you to tell me that's the devil thing, no, people are born gay. So you're going to tell me that here comes a gay couple who loves God, who goes to church every day, who does everything that God tells him to do. And God's going to punish them. God made man and woman. God made man in His splitting image. Okay, let's make man. Let's make man in our image. That's what He said in the book of Genesis. Let's make man in our image, meaning that someone was with him, right? Someone was with him, which was Jesus Christ. Because if He said, if he would have been alone, He would have said, "Let's make men in my. I want to make men in my image." And He said, "Let's make men in our image." So somewhere along that line, if that person became gay or that person was born gay, that's God is not. I don't think, and that person doing the thing that he's supposed to be doing, I don't think God's going to condemn them. I don't think so. We're not. As Christians, we're not supposed to even get involved in that. When they ask us, and when they ask me, King Gio, do you think it's wrong for men to be gay? No, that's not for me to say. I don't judge you. I'm not here to judge. Everything, let me tell you something. Everything that I tell you about Trump, I can prove to you with Trump. Now, let's do a fact check. Okay, Trump the other day he held up a paper. No, yesterday he said, "Oh, I was told by by sophisticated friends that I'm the most looked out person there is because no other president, no other president has been looked out like I was because you're not because he's an honest man. Bullshit. If you look, his own party, a bipartisan party between the Democrats and the Republicans, but his own Republican Party said a month ago that under their investigation, it did come out that Donald Trump was in cahoots with the Russians. That Donald Trump did talk to the president of Ukraine to get dirt on Biden. That he was in collusion with Putin. That was proven. That was proven by the Republican committee. His own people said this. You don't believe me? Go look it up. Go fact check it. So the only reason that he's not in jail now is only because by the under the rules of the Department of Justice, any sitting president cannot be charged of any crime. All right, and then yesterday, right before 12 o'clock midnight, you hear that the Department of Justice is intervening, is taking over his case with the lawsuit of the woman who said that he raped them. Why is the DOJ getting involved in his? Because he has him, because he's the president, and he wants to do it that way. So don't tell me that when I talk about Donald Trump, I'm talking facts. Listen, I know what Obama said. That through the sanctity of marriage, he believes man and woman. I know, but that doesn't mean that he's against gay marriage. When does that constitute he's against gay marriage? It doesn't. It just says he believes, like I do. I believe that man and woman should be man and woman, but I'm not one to say I'm against gay marriage because I'm not against gay marriage. I believe everyone, whatever makes you happy, makes you happy. If you're gay and that's what makes you happy, amen. If you're a man, if you love a woman, amen. If you're a lesbian and you love a woman, amen. I'm not here to judge. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. You're not hurting nobody. You're not kidding. You're not kidding nobody. My faith is my faith. I'm not here to judge you. That's God's decision. That God does the judging, not me. As a Christian, I cannot judge you. And even if I wasn't a Christian, I wouldn't judge you because that's not my style. But I am a Christian. God tells me not to judge or I shall be judged. So I'm not judging. But yes, I do believe that man and woman should be married because, it's just that's the way it was meant to be. Somewhere along the line came homosexuality. Fine. As long as that person is happy, as long as that person believes in God, or whatever, that's between that person and God, not between me and that person. Because that person, whatever decision that person makes, whatever sexual orientation that person is, that does not affect me at all. It does not affect me at all because I got to do me. That person's got to do that person. So it doesn't affect me at all. So, but when I tell you about Trump, it's because Trump spews bullshit. Trump spews lies. If you want to sit there and believe everything that Trump says, and by the way, when he speaks stupidly. Look at the way he spoke when Barack Obama had when Osama bin Laden was killed, and this other guy that Trump killed. Well, he didn't kill him physically, but you know what I mean. Look at their speeches. How two presidents talk about the same thing, but Barack Obama spoke eloquently, and this asshole spoke about stupidly. Oh, God, knock on the door. Well, when you come in the door, you come. That's so stupid. Who talks that way? I don't believe everything mainstream media is, bro. I am my own man. I could have graduated high school when I was 10 years old. I went to Bronx High School of Science. Okay? But I graduated high school at the age of 14. By the time I was 21, I already had my bachelor's. So I don't follow mainstream. The same way I look at Fox, the same way I look at NBC, I look at CBS, I look at ABC, I look at everybody. And I just take that, I look at everybody's opinion. I can say, damn, that person is dumb, or damn, that person is not dumb. And whatever they say, I fact check it. You can fact check it yourself, brother. You can fact check it yourself. Barack Obama's last 3 years were better than Trump's first 3 years. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. I'll give you another fact. Barack Obama had this country when Barack Obama took over the country. It was in a recession. The unemployment was at 11.7, and in 8 years he took that from 11.7 all the way down to 4.7. Bro, come on, redacted. Are you that naive? Of course he's got to blame Bush for me. Hello, when President Bill Clinton left office, this country was in a surplus. You know what a surplus means? It means that the country had more money. We had a lot of money. We had surplus. We were on a surplus. We weren't in a deficit, which means we were on a surplus. Bill Clinton left this country on a surplus. The Bush brothers came in and fucked it up. How can you not blame the economy on them? You have to. Here I am. I'm giving you my business. And I say, yo, here it is. You're 1 million or 2 million plus up. And I give you a business, and 2 years later, you're down $5 million. How can you be $5 million down when I gave it to you? You were up 2 million. How did that happen? I'm giving you a business that's thriving, that's pushing forward, that's making you money, and you push it back. How? So I'm not supposed to blame you? It doesn't matter how. Listen, it doesn't matter how he did it, bro. Whether it was the internet, it doesn't matter how he did it. The point is that he did it, right? The point is that he got it done. What you give me is rhetoric, bro. You give me totally rhetoric. I don't care if Bill Clinton whatever he did was personal life, he did was personal life. But if the internet was the booming thing, if the internet was the one that got Bill Clinton and got this country in a surplus, then fine. But he did it. The Bush administration should have kept on. And that's how you do it. You pass the baton, and once you pass the baton, it's for it to go faster and faster and faster and to grow. We're not growing. I'll tell you something, we're not growing in both sides of the party. We haven't grown in immigration law. We haven't grown in healthcare. We haven't grown in anywhere, in anything we haven't grown. From both parties since Bill Clinton. Because everything, I tell you what, didn't your president say that we were going to bring back jobs, that jobs were going to come back to America? Yo, have you yet seen something made in USA lately? And whatever is made in the USA is made by small companies, by mom and pops. No, everything else is outsourced to another country. No, you define growth in healthcare. Look, healthcare is still the same way it was 20 years ago. If not Barack Obama, there's a lot of things good with Obamacare, and there's a lot of bad things with Obamacare. I know a lot of people said that when they didn't have Obamacare, they were paying a certain amount, and when Obamacare came in, they paid a lot. Now a lot of people said that when they didn't have Obamacare, their insurance company didn't cover any of it, and when Obamacare came in, Obamacare took everything. They paid for everything. An operation that cost $30,000 that was supposed to, and this I saw, an operation that was supposed to cost $30,000, the person's insurance company did not want to pay for it, and when Obamacare came in, Obamacare took care of everything. He didn't have no out-of-pocket expense. I think it was like maybe $120 that person had to pay. No, because the factories was already overseas. You had factories in Puerto Rico. You had pharmaceutical companies in Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States. The only thing that Bill Clinton did was from Puerto Rico was he gave them 10 years, so the companies in Puerto Rico, the pharmaceutical companies in Puerto Rico, they can keep their federal taxes, the federal money, and then after the federal money, they have to pay taxes. That's where they left Puerto Rico. So he signed NAFTA. Big deal. How has NAFTA hurt us? Tell me. I'll give you an example of immigration. You want immigration? Immigration should have been dealt a long time ago. Immigration should have been dealt a long time ago with both parties. Because if you have illegal immigrants here, if you have all this immigration here, listen, bro. China has had the jobs since the beginning of time. Before NAFTA, everything was made in China. Starting back in 1996, 97, after Bill Clinton left, everything was being, even before, everything was made in China. Your TV was made in China. Your headphones in China. The Sony Walkmans, when you walk around with a cassette, was made in China. The VCRs were made in China. Cars, even Ford. When you see Ford, you say Ford, and you see the motor says made in Mexico. It wasn't made here in the United States. That was before Bill Clinton. So the Chinese has always had an upper hand on us in that aspect, in going into the mid-90s to the 2000s. Okay? So but your boy said he was going to bring back jobs. Where are those jobs? He's still wearing a tie that says made in China. His jacket's made in China. His pants are made in China. So going back to immigration should have been done a long time ago. Immigration should have been something so simple. All you got to do is this. Everyone that's here illegally, or they say they've been here for 20 years and they've been here for illegally, you pay that person, you give that person a Social Security number, let them pay a small little fine, and then you have them pay Social Security. Let them pay Social Security. And then if they have kids, what you do is you have those kids and you tell them, you know what, if you want to stay here, your kids have to give me service in the Army, the Navy, I don't care what it is. Got to serve our country for at least 4 years. At least do it 4 years. Because you were here 20, at least give me something. So then you have all these illegals that are here, so they pay taxes. You know, the economy grows. So security wouldn't be as messed up as it is. None of that stuff. You know, that's how you take care of it. But neither party wants to do anything for immigration because that's part of the plan of both parties. is that if I don't touch this, I'm just gonna just patch it up, and then in another 4 years, I'll go take a grander at it, and then I say another thing. This is what I'm gonna do with immigration. This is what I'm gonna do with jobs. This is what I'm gonna do with this. This is what I'm gonna do with healthcare. Why do you think healthcare? Why do you think companies don't go to Canada? You don't hear nothing about prices, medication high in Canada or high in Mexico, or high in Germany, or high in Italy, or high in none of those countries. Why? Because those pharmaceutical companies don't have a hold in those countries. They don't have lobbyists in those countries. So here you are, you got these pharmaceuticals paying lobbyists millions of dollars to lobby for their drugs or lobby for this. That's why our lobby is so expensive. You're gonna tell me, man, after 30, 40 years, that the only thing that we have on our table for cancer is chemotherapy? Why don't we have a cure? Because in their eyes there's no money in cure. But there is a cure. Trust me, there's a cure. But they just don't want to put it out. So I don't spew anything bad. I mean, when I spew something about Donald Trump, it's because it's the truth. I have nothing against the man. I don't have nothing against him personally because I don't know him personally. I'm from New York. I've heard of Donald Trump when I was a kid. I heard the shady deals that he's done with when he had the casino, the Taj Mahal. I know all the shady deals that he has done. Because when I was a kid, I followed business. I used to read the Wall Street Journal when I was 10 years old. So I know of Donald Trump's shady deals. I didn't vote for Donald Trump because he's not the. I was going to vote Republican, and I'm not even a Republican. And I was going to vote Republican, but I didn't. I was not going to give my vote to Donald Trump. Plain and simple. And I'm not going to give my vote to Donald Trump this year. You know, by default, we got Biden. That's it. But that's just Biden just for 4 years until something else is going to come up with the DNC or something else comes up with the Republican Party. You know, I vote for the candidate that best fits the country. Not because I'm a Democrat. Let's just say if I was a Democrat, I'm going to vote for Democrat. Or if I were a Republican, I'm going to vote for Republican. No, that's not the way I roll. I vote for the person who I believe is the best to fit that job. It's the best that, you know. And when you have both parties throwing each other jabs, and you don't know how to distinct, like you don't know how to distinct the truth from the lie, then it's a problem. The only thing that's ever come out, the only thing that I believe about Trump is that he avoided the draft. He never went to the service. When he was going to go to the service, he avoided that. He has no military experience. He doesn't know what hard work is because he's never worked a day in his life, just business. And that money he got, he inherited that money and he just made it, you know, because of the name Donald Trump. You know? But he has not worked a day in his life that's hard. He does not know what it is to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, to be at his job at 6 o'clock in the morning, to work in a factory, to work in a farm, to work outside, to work in the cold. He doesn't know none of that. He doesn't know that. Biden doesn't know that. None of them know that. So how can any of them say that they're for the working people? They don't know shit about work. Biden been in office for 30 years. What can Biden tell you about the working man in the street? Nothing, because he's always in Congress. What can Donald Trump tell you about the working man? Nothing, because he's a businessman. His thing is buildings, real estate. That's all he does. And the Mr. American pageant. That's all. But can he tell you what it is to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, to be at job at 5? No. I can tell you, I was working at one time. I had to go from the Bronx all the way to New Jersey because I was a truck driver's helper. And then we had to go all the way to New Jersey, had the truck loaded from New Jersey, and stop at different KFCs to drop off the chicken that they ordered. Not the order that you ordered, but the order that the store owner ordered, that they need their chicken, you know, whatever the case may be. But we had 17 stops, 19 stops, 20 stops. And we'd be done by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The earlier we go, the quicker we get out. That's hard work. I worked with United Airlines. I used to work in the freezer. Okay? From 4 in the afternoon to 12 o'clock at midnight. On a freezer that was 32 degrees. And if you know anything about airline food, or if you know anything, you know what couscous is? Well, couscous is a little tray like this. It has little vegetables inside with beans and all that, and sprouts, and all that kind of good stuff. If you're vegetarian. And when those plates were like this big, like maybe like 4 inches, 5 inches wide. I mean long, like 3 inches wide. And you had to do four. I had to do 4,000 trays of that, 4,000 little trays with 3 other people. That took us 8 hours right there in a freezer. Yes, granted we got breaks, but that's hard work. I worked in construction. I worked basically everywhere. Do they know what hard work is? No. So none of them can say we know what hard work American is. No, they don't. They don't know what it is to go to a hospital and stay in a hospital for hours for you to go see a doctor. They don't know what it is to go to a doctor's office and have to you doctor have to give you a referral for you go from one doctor to another doctor. They don't know none of that. They don't know what it is to be diagnosed with a disease or to be diagnosed with cancer. They don't know none of that. So none of them can tell you, I know what the working American does. I know what this does. No, they don't. So until one of them really does do it, and then I can say fine, but no. This redacted is telling me that Obama is against gay marriage. Show me where he says he's against gay marriage. I think people keep talking about NAFTA this, NAFTA that, the Iran deal. I mean, that's all in the past. I mean, we're talking about now. Forget about what Barack Obama did. It's the same way that Donald Trump said, oh no, he said it, Donald Trump said it, Mitch McConnell said it, Mike Pence said it, the Secretary of Defense said it, his Secretary of the Press said it. All the Obama administration never left us a playbook, never gave us a book on pandemic, never gave us a plan for pandemic. And 2 months ago, it came out, because it came out in the media, the fake media that you so say is fake, came out and did say that on January 17th, both parties met. Health officials from the Trump administration and health officials from the Obama administration met for an hour, 2 hours, an hour and a half. They talked about pandemic. They gave him a 66-page book on the pandemic. Even talked about this coronavirus. And they even had a pandemic team. Barack Obama had a pandemic team. Barack Obama had a pandemic team. And what did Donald Trump do? Boop. Dismantled it. COVID came, and what did he do? He put Mike Pence in charge. Mike Pence is not a doctor. First he said it was a hoax. That wasn't a hoax. We have 188,000 people dying. That have died. The last 2 days has been a miracle that only 400 died yesterday, 300 died, I think, today. Yesterday's infection was 44,000. Today was 40,000. It went down. When all your president had to do was just wear a mask and say, this is mandated. I need you to wear a mask for the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I need to shut the country down because we need to get on top of this. And not just him, even the governor, because the president doesn't have a say in the state. But he can do it federally. And the governors of those states could oblige by him, or even the governors of any state could have done something different. They could have done the same thing. They could have shut everything down, and masks are mandated, period. But not one governor did. So, Cuomo blames this guy blames this guy. They're all together. They're all in this together because they could have done something. So, and that's what it is, bro. And that's what it is. How does my beard look? I have to shave here. How does it look? How does it look? Well, anyways, guys, thank you very much for coming to my channel. Just make sure you subscribe. All right, and Redacted, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Much love to you, bro. Legend, thank you, Legend, for coming in. I'm Charles. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Legend, God bless you too. It's always good to talk. We agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we're still brothers and sisters, right? Mad love anyway. Thank you anyway. It was a good combo. I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Peace out.